Good evening, race fans. We are back. We are in the Midwest. We are out at Kansas for the Long McArthur Ford 150 at Kansas. Tony, I'm already getting tongue tied. I'm so excited about this race tonight, man.
Yeah, Kansas is always a fun race. It's a lot of grip. That high line is going to be king. Uh, one thing I did notice here with these cars is if you're ripping that high line, you better be careful of that wall because when it grabs you tight. You'll lose about 20 miles an hour as soon as you hit that wall.
So, from what I'm getting at, the High Line is the place you want to be tonight.
Absolutely. I think you might be able to make
Hey
some
Bobby, I
passes
think
on
there's
the low
some kind of
line,
thing that's
but
wrong with
late
the
in the run,
scoring
that high
and
line is going to
time.
be
It seems
king.
like you qualified ahead of Zach by 10.
We got to fix that real quick. I've still got the sound on.
I got nothing. I can't say shit. I got nothing.
Turn those guys off. That's my bad. Coming in at the last minute. This is what I get. Well, we got Rafferty on the pole, and Stanley, he's got that new setup. Those new pedals look like they may be going a little further down as he's able to set in P2.
Yeah, looks like he finally traded in that Xbox controller for some wheels and pedals, and it's showing up on the scoreboard.
I'm gonna tell you what, I've ran with a couple people who done it on the Xbox controller, and they was actually able to do it decently, but it's a hard to handle, I guess, the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, props to those guys that can do it on the controller, but I still think regardless, you're giving up some time. You just don't have the feeling, you don't have that sensitivity in the Xbox controller that you do in a wheel and pedals. You don't get the feeling every bump. You feel everything in wheel and pedals with force feedback, and those controllers just don't have that.
Seeing right now, Gary Sack, I believe he's rocking the Detroit Red Wings paint scheme, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Gary's one of them Michigan boys. He's always sporting something Michigan.
I've got a buddy of mine. That's all he talks about: Michigan football, Detroit Red Wings, Detroit Pistons, Detroit Lions. While they're getting ready to grade up, everybody, we're going to take a moment out and give a shout out for our national anthem to the Hutchinson brothers, who are going to be playing after the Xfinity race in Nashville week after next. Make sure y'all check them out.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tony, I'm not really surprised that we've got Rafferty on the pole.
I kind of am though because in practice Zach Bucher had a 10th on the field, so I'm assuming he maybe only have put one lap in that second lap he tapped the wall or something because he pretty much had everybody.
Well, it's like the old saying goes, and we talk about it a lot, especially with the Xfinity series. It's not where you start, but it's where you're at lap 100.
That's very true.
So Zach
Kinda got-
Bucher, that's who we watching tonight at 14.
Yeah, there's a few surprises. Charlie Harcum, Charging Charlie, qualified 18th. That's kind of low for his standard. John Nidick in 20th, slowest out of all of our drivers to take time. That's kind of surprising as well.
Well, it gives them a reason more to charge towards the front.
Yep.
Well, that field is pretty spread out. A full 20, what I believe, 26 drivers tonight. I tell you what, I'm going to throw a far one out, and I'm going to be watching to see how Mike Hornbeck does since he's back. Him and Jeff Menley.
I think tonight it's all about who can run that high line without making a mistake. I feel like if you can do that, you're gonna be good all night. But you just gotta watch out for that wall.
You can see him already starting to get a little risky on putting it 3 wide, but I don't think it's going to be a too much of it going on tonight.
Oh, Cody Riggs is in the wall already.
And rumor had it that Cody won the race. He was giving away a truck from Long McArthur Ford. So they have to take that up with him if he wins.
Well, that's tough. Hitting the wall, first lap. Hopefully he can get in there, get some of that damage fixed, and keep it going.
Everybody looks 3 laps in. Everybody's still jockeying around for a position. We've got a little side by side. Looks like between Hornbeck. 3 wide already going into 313 up into the 82. 82 holds it off the wall, and I'm pretty sure Charging Charlie's not too charged up about that one. Somebody pointed out there, Justin talking about Stanley trying to get it done. It's amazing what a man can do when you turn it from Fred Flintstones to Mario Andretti.
Yeah, wheel and pedals, man. Yeah, moved up to P2. I believe he started P3, so he's gaining a little bit. Looks like he's keeping pace with Bobby Rafferty in the lead.
It looks like everybody's starting to kind of thin out. No single file, 5 laps in. Nobody's really pushing the cards right now.
Yeah, I think that's pretty typical of Kansas. Early in the race, nobody's trying to get in a bad spot. I think it's just who can get up to the top, and once you get up there, you're going to stay up there.
Seeing that little battle right there between Mike and Charlie, and Charlie's sticking it on the high side.
I believe Eric's right there too, Eric Warman, and both Hornbecks are sitting there on the bottom line.
We can't forget that 6 car, Joe Robert, who's unfortunately has missed a couple races, having to fill in for me, but hopefully if he can get that win, he can kind of turn his luck around a little bit.
Ooh, another car in the wall. Can't see who it is, but it's right up there by Jeff Medlin.
It
He
is
bounced
Jeff
in the wall
Medlin.
again.
Jeff Menlin is all laying on that wall.
I think that's Dakota, actually. I think that was Dakota.
Yeah, it was. That was wild. SDK went to 1 when I was looking at another.
Yeah, I think he hit the wall and then just hit it again, trying to stay out of the way, because once you hit that wall, it just slows that car down so much. If somebody's behind you, they're going to come up on you quick.
We've got a nice little battle back here in the back between the 19, what known as the 12, 000. Is it? I'm seeing 00.
I believe that is James Mott.
You've got all sorts of excitement going on back towards the back of the pack.
Yeah, it's getting a little spicy back there.
Front pack looks like they pretty much spread out. Rafferty's still in command of this race. Bucher's up 2 spots to P5. I'm pretty sure he's trying to get up there and get with Rafferty too, and then two teammates lock it in. But you've got about 4 cars in between it, so the top 4 hadn't changed positions any yet.
I will say, Thomas Stanley, man, he's kind of just maintaining Dakota's in the wall again.
Dakota, if you can hear us, we promise you go faster if you avoid the wall. But only 11 laps in.
And I don't know that it's necessarily going to hurt the car that much. It's just that speed that you lose.
You see right there is Pete Van Sprindle. Hope I said that right.
I believe so.
Oh, we got
there's
one
a caution.
spinning.
Pete, commentator's curse.
Oh, golly, I even pronounced his name right.
Looks like maybe him and Dakota got into it.
Oh, let's take a look back at that. I'm seeing that both of them. Ooh, I'm gonna say that might have been a little bit of net code right there,
I believe you are right.
because it does not look like he was actually on him when it spun him. That's gonna be a hard one to say.
Yeah, definitely net code.
One of those
There
north-south
was a little bit. I think Justin blames us.
Well, that's all I get blamed for this race. I'm not complaining. Well, your top 4, they did not change. Rafferty, Stanley, Wiggins, and Denson. B&H Racing's been putting on a show in Xfinity.
And I will say, I think this caution is what some of these guys needed. The guys that, kind of clipped the wall a little bit. Now they can go in there and get that all straightened out. Ooh, Bobby stayed out. Looks like everybody behind him is pitting.
Now, you're 13 laps in. There's 3 sets of tires. I mean, you think it's a gas and go?
I don't. It may be. I'm not sure what their fuel run is, but I do know that the stage is at lap 40. And chances are they cannot go the distance, but I would be curious to see who takes tires here.
And looking at the times of the pits, I'm not thinking anybody took tires unless they just took. Joe looked like he took a splash of gas. His pit was under a second. Everybody else is around the 6-7 mark. You got Greg and Preston and Jordan. They're all around the 14 to 15 seconds. So that could have been some damage or tires.
Right. Well, and if we think about it, right, Kansas is known for long green flag runs. So even if you do take a set of tires here, that still leaves you 2. So you put 1 on at the end of the stage and 1 halfway to the finish.
You know what? 3 sets of tires, I'm going to break it down into about 30 so laps. I mean, break is at stage 4, or stage break is at lap 40. So, I mean, it's...
Yeah, if you didn't take a set here, and just did fuel only, that should take you to the end of the stage. Then you take tires at 40, take tires at 70. Well, I mean, that's only 2 sets. But it gives you a little wiggle room later on in the race as well.
Look at that. Ringo coming in with the follow. B&H Racing sent me over. Boy, since B&H sent you over, let's find one of those B&H boys. Which one you want to go to, Tony?
Now let's go to Charlie. Let's see how he's dealing with the traffic back there.
Well, he is way back there in the back. Let's see, if you check for me real quick, are the pace lights still on?
They are not double file yet, so.
All right, let's jump down and see if we can find Charlie. I'm not seeing Charlie in the Discord.
I am not either.
Well, we was going to bring him up here for you, Ringo, but he ain't in Discord, so he can't give you. I ain't seen none of them boys out there.
Yeah, I think they're in their own Discord and they just come over whenever they finish on the podium.
Yeah. We're gonna have to correct that because they could have got some TV time right now and gave Ringo a shout out. I mean, they missed out on it. Ringo, we tried, brother. We sorry. It's like you can't take a horse to water, but you can get him a top 3. I tell you what, Tony, they're double file, and you know what? This month, this is kind of me. Just kind of going to step out on this real quick. No profit behind it whatsoever. But this month is Men's Mental Health Month, so make sure you just take a message and check on somebody. Check on your friends. You never know what they're going through. One little message can change a whole lot from being carried out by 6.
That's absolutely right. There's kind of a stigma, if you will, for men and mental health. It's tough for men to admit that they have issues, mentally. If you're having something going on, just reach out to somebody. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would be willing to take some time to just talk with you. They'd rather talk with you while they can,
I don't know if that restart needs to be rechecked, but Rafferty, Lord have mercy, that jump. Thomas, he must have been asleep. He was admiring those new wheels and pedals.
Well, I'm going to go back and look at it right now. And they are using the restart zone tonight. No, he was in the zone. It's just everybody else was asleep. And Rafferty is good at nailing those restarts.
Rafferty, I guess he felt bad for getting the jump. He's kind of maybe he slowed down, letting the field catch back up.
I think it's that draft, man. He got such a launch that he lost that draft help behind him, and everybody else was bunched up. Jacob Denson moving up to P3.
Right now, you want to talk about him, and he even took a pit, but in that 13, up 15 spots, setting in P6, and making that high side work for him real good.
Thomas Stanley's putting some pressure on Bobby Rafferty up here in the lead.
He ain't going out without a fight, that's for sure tonight. Every time I see Thomas's car, it makes me think of a cue ball.
Yeah, that number on the roof there.
On the roof and the side. Got a little skimmish going on back there in the back between Greg Sack and Gary Sack, Brady Pierce, and Jeff Menlin.
I think Brady may have hit the wall there.
And John Nightingale comes into the mix of it.
Brady didn't hit the wall. He was damn close.
Well, they put it 3 wide right there. We can get back there to it right there.
Thomas Stanley to the lead. How about that?
That just makes you wonder now. You got Bucher back in 5th, Rafferty sitting in 2nd. There might be a little bit of teamwork going on there.
I'm thinking that Bobby may be saving a little bit of fuel here. He did not pit when the rest of those guys did. So he may just be sitting there in the draft, saving a little bit of fuel so he can make it to the stage.
We're seeing a battle back here. Let's see if I can find it. I'm seeing it on the SDK showing.
I'm seeing Jim Mott, Brady Price.
Welcome back, Match of Evil. He's ready for some Monday night spice.
Well, it's Kansas. I think we'll definitely have some spiciness going on. For those of you keeping count, that's 2.
Oh, that's right. We was going to have that before I went on a little leave, so we may have to redo that. I dropped the ball on that one. Mott's off the track. See if we can catch
Put a
him.
little comment. Put a little comment in the Facebook post there. See how many times I say spicy.
Mott's fighting it. He's trying to get it back under control.
Ooh.
He has fought that car through 2 turns, and he kept it under control.
And no caution.
Oh, caution. Him and Brady Pierce, both.
Going to be about a half a lap behind everybody, but hey, there's a stage break coming in 15 laps. All he's got to do is maintain.
Well, as of right now, I'm going to give that to save of the race, and we're going to jump back and look at that. Just see how he controlled that car, and he just fought it. We go back a little bit further. Him and Brady Pierce, I'm really surprised that caution didn't come out.
It's like Jim Mott maybe either hit the wall or turned down off the wall and caught Brady Price in the process. And
Brady got it under control. Jim, man, he's fought that. Right now, I'm going to say that's a save of the race. He is fishtailing it all over. Well played, Jim. Well played. Tell you who else is playing right now, and that's going to be Gary Sack.
yeah, Gary got around Zach Bucher here, and that 28 car is on a charge as well.
Yeah, Rogers is looking to make some moves tonight. You're right, Match. I mean, after watching it, it was like, is he or isn't he? Is he or isn't he? Back and forth.
Greg Rogers making a move for P3 here. Think he's going to clear Jacob Denson.
Charging Charlie ain't charged too much. He's still sitting back in that 19th position.
Yeah, he may have a little bit of damage. I'm not sure if he got any contact from that earlier on deal, but he may have. Greg's making a move for P2. Well, I thought he was going to do the slide job there, but he got even with Thomas Stanley. Now he's making a move for the lead.
With that said, Greg has jumped up since that restart, what, about 6 positions?
Yeah, something like that. I think he's going to have the lead here. He's just got to slide up a little bit.
Looking at the relative, it looks like he did. He was in there for 14 seconds, so he was able to get, I'm going to say he went with some tires.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate there. The way he's climbed through the field and pulling away, you gotta think he took tires there.
Yeah. And somebody else who's recovered a lot. He was in the pits for almost a minute, and that's Dakota. Up to 7th.
Yeah, I think he got some of that damage fixed. Probably threw on a couple of here.
Colt Curry
sets of
bringing out the
tires.
caution. Joe Robert, Brady Pierce, Price. I don't know why I keep calling him Pierce.
Ooh, Brady's facing the wrong way. He's looking like a modified out there.
It's giving me the first one that came up saying Joe Robert went off the track. So we're going to see what happened here with Joe. Ooh, looks like he might got a little bump right there from Charging Charlie.
Yeah, I just wonder if Joe maybe got in the wall and that slowed him down.
That's what it's looking like.
Yep. That wall, it'll take about 20 mile an hour from you. And if you're that close behind him, you really don't have time to react. So I think Charging Charlie did the best he could, but I mean, he couldn't just turn down either. He had another car on the low side.
And Joe was trying to fight it too. He was trying to be Jim Mott, but he just drifted down to the 45 and caught Colt Curry and that Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I think Colt got the worst end of that deal.
Well, it don't look like his car got took too much damage. Maybe a little bit on the right side fender, but it looks like Brady and Joe locked up again afterwards.
Oh, is that what happened? I was wondering why Brady was missing a bumper there.
Oh, it looks like Joe stopped in the track to keep from spinning and just took it.
Yeah, I think Brady's kind of blind right there. He's got that 11 car in front of him. He can't see Joe. And I think once Brandon pulled down, Brady was there.
Oh, I'm gonna say that's gonna probably end both of their nights right there.
Yeah, well, I suspect that Brady's got significant engine damage with a hit like that.
I'm pretty sure he don't even have an engine right now. It's gonna look like brake rotors, probably somewhere up in the stands.
But I will say that Bobby Rafferty went down pit road, so I'm thinking he went in for fuel there.
Well, Joe is back out on the track. He has nothing on the back side. He does not have a bumper. Hey, if the front of the car is good, you still in it.
Yeah, I think that car won't handle as well, but maybe over time he can get some of that damage fixed.
And 500 feet down the track. That motor's been picked up probably by a tornado, so we're going to look at John right now and see if he's got any of that severe weather going on around him. Oh, that was a nice plug there. Looks pretty clear. And John is doing a showing. Him and William Regan. Regan is up 15 spots in that 37. We don't talk much about him.
Yeah, looks like his car's pretty clean too. John's got a little bit of damage, it looked like, on his left front fender, but looks like the 37 car is pretty clean.
Still right now, your biggest mover, that's going to be in that 13 there. So Rafferty is out of the picture right now. We've got 5 laps to stage. Now, would you have stayed out there for 5 more?
Oh, I think I would have. Absolutely. Well, I don't think Bobby could make it. I think he had to pit. But everybody else, yeah, they're staying out till the stage. We're going to have a little shootout here, probably about 5 laps. And then everybody's going to come in, get tires, top off their fuel. But I don't think Bobby, because he didn't pit under that first caution, I don't think he could make it on fuel the rest of the way.
Greg Rogers on the inside, Thomas Stanley on the outside. We have seen Thomas has not been the quickest on these restarts. But he has got Eric and Dakota both behind him. Inside line's going to be Rogers, Denson, and Dakota. Cars for life. I'm going to go and yeah, Stanley has slept again on that restart.
Man, it's hard to be that second car on the restart. I think I'd rather be the third car, honestly, because at least you have something to gauge it off of directly in front of you.
We got a little bit of a battle going on right now. Dakota and Jordan Miles up there. He's putting that 7 up there in the mix of it all. I'm going to go with Assumption Cars for Life 9. That's going to be Brady Price.
Yep, I believe it was.
Look at Eric trying to get the arch on it and debating on whether or not he's going to put it 3 wide.
Add Wiggins down pit road. I wonder if this isn't a strategy call so we can try and flip the stage, because pit should be closing next time by.
Eric got a little close to that wall. You saw it wind pushed him off of it.
Like Greg Rogers is just pulling away. He don't need no stinking draft.
He may have something figured out. You got John back there trapped, trying to get around the 37 and the 42, and he's right there on the Williams, right there on that bubble for stage points. Ooh, 737, get real close for comfort on that one.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they're all kind of bottled up back there around 7th place. All pushing to that. Oh, 7 car may have tagged the wall a little bit there. But they're all up there just trying to get that last stage point.
There it is. Caution is out. Stage points. Greg, Jacob, Thomas, Eric, Gary, Dakota, and Jordan. And I'm going to tell you something, Tony. Greg he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, my only concern is that now, because I do believe that a lot of these front runners did not take tires yet. And I'm pretty confident Greg did. So that may come back to bite him later in the race, but we'll see. It's Kansas. If we get a long green flag runs, it really won't hurt him at all.
He's rocking that Stonewall NIPA craft beer out of a Brooklyn brewery. Stanley holding strong in third. Let's see while we're under caution. Let's see if we can pull Stanley up here. I know he better be in Discord.
Oh, I'm pretty confident he is.
Stanley, Tony, Jeremy up here, man. How's those wheels and pedals feeling?
They're actually feeling extremely good. Definitely want to give a shout out to Chad for hooking me up with that. I honestly should not be racing up here if I did not have those.
Finally, he listens.
So I'm going to definitely shout out to Chad for helping me get those, put them in. So it's definitely making a difference. It's definitely being weird being up here. So
That's what I was fixing to ask. You we ain't used to seeing you up there in the front too much, but how are you feeling about it, man? Do you feel like you can keep this momentum going for about the next 64 laps?
I am hoping so. I do have Kobe spotting for me. Marshall's just kind of in there to be in there. I also have Josh from the Cup Series really walking me through everything. Main reason I really wanted someone that was fast, that definitely could be up there.
Man, you're putting on a
So
showing, so don't let us.
I'm in it to win it right now. So
We won't talk about you, bring your name up anymore. So maybe we won't have that commentator's curse hit you, because as soon as I said Pete's name, he went on the spin cycle right through the tri-oval.
yeah, I appreciate it. Yep, I am too far back in points to point my way in, so I'm kind of going for broke these last couple of races, so to be able to make the playoffs. So we're gonna see what we can do.
Well, just don't LeBron it and flop, and you'll be all right.
This is true. I'm hoping to, I definitely thought about driving the Jordan car today. Just, have that extra little luck. So
Well, man, get up there and lead some more laps.
I'm hoping so. I really wish Bobby would have let me have that pole, but no. Just had to go out there and show me up.
Hey,
Couldn't have given me my first pole.
you got out there and you led some laps, so that's what's important. Got some bonus
So
points there. We'll see how it goes the rest of the race, man. Good luck.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
Well, that's right. Max is right out there. Pedals and wheels and the sails can make a world of difference of a driver. You can actually hear the enthusiasm kind of in Thomas's voice when we was talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing better now. I'm not used to being up here."
I think he was surprised at how much of a difference it makes. I know, like the admin team, we've been preaching on him for a while. Got to get those wheels and pedals. And he's like, "Oh, I'm better on the Xbox controller." Well, we see what the wheels and pedals did today.
Yeah, I think he can't argue with himself no more. So, question here: Team Exile Motorsports, both are 1-2, both last pitted lap 31. I think they've got a strategy going on, Tony.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a teammate game here, but I think Bobby's going to try and get a jump and let Zach know when he's going so he can follow him.
But look at what team is right there behind both of them. You got Exile and you got B&H both.
Yep, that's going to be a tough one there, but I think advantage right now goes to Exiled. Yep, there we go. You can almost see it. And Zach went right just a little bit after Bobby did. It's going to secure that P2 position and force everybody else to drive underneath him. But I'll tell you what, Jacob Denson slid up in there in second.
Stanley's looking to be in the mix 3 wide.
Yeah, that's an uncomfortable position to be in, especially on new tires. These cars are loose for about 2 laps. And if you're sitting there in the middle, you don't know what that car below you is going to do. You don't know what that car above you is going to do. If it's me, I'm probably just lifting. Save the fight for later in the race.
Yeah, you can't kill your dog this early if you want to fight.
Yep.
It looks like it's kind of spread out somewhat. We got a little bit of a battle right there between Gary Sack and John Nindick. Greg Rogers.
Yeah, there's about 5 or 6 cars that are just kind of right on top of each other. I think they're holding all of each other up here. Looks like they're trying to get single filed out though. That's for about 4th back to 9th or 10th.
Yeah, they are right up on
Caution.
each other. It is. Oh, we got one flipping.
Oh.
The 5. Let's catch that 5. Who was it? Chad Wiggins.
Wiggins.
We can blame that on Thomas. He talked about him. Thomas is probably not too happy with himself right now. Let's take a look what happened. And it shot straight to Scenic. We can find out. Get a better view here.
Yeah, I think Chad disconnected.
I know, Match. I was a little late on that one, but I went to it as soon as I saw it. Speed it up. Oh, he looks like he's just.
Yeah, innocent bystander. Looks like that 2 car got in the wall and checked everybody up.
Wiggins did stick the landing. Stick it back in that 2 car. It's going to be, looks like Jermaine Gibbs. We can find out what happened on that one. Looks like he might have came down a little bit on Dakota.
Yep, I think you're right. Just a little bump. And everybody behind him was there. That's Cole
Ooh.
Curry.
Again. The whole team.
Oh, that's
Matt
Thorns. And then Chad just got clipped on that right side and sent him into the spin cycle.
We're gonna go for a fun ride here. Let's jump in with the I can get the. There we go. Let's ride here with the cockpit. So I think the roll bar might be a bit. Chad sees it happening.
Yeah, he tried to turn it down and
Barely
2 car
clipped.
just came down.
Barely clipped him, but it was enough to put him on that hood.
Yeah, I mean he was already turning down the track, and then to get hit in that right side, that just pushed it even further, and kicked it up on 2 wheels, and over he went.
That's going to be our second caution for cause, or our third. While we're in the caution, we're going to give it, since Whiplash Simcams, they got their promo video for Kansas, so I think it's only right we give the shout out to them right now. Missile knows where it is by calculating where it is. Halfway through it, 4th caution. 3 for cause, 1 for stage. It ain't been
Well,
too spicy, but it's been a whole lot of puckering.
I think it's about to get a little spicy now. We're halfway through. You know, that pay window's getting a little closer. I think we're about to see it start ramping up.
Joe Roberts still on the lead lap, sitting in 20th, missing half his car in the back.
Brady's still out there as well. I think we saw that teamwork there on that restart again. Seemed to work a little better for him on the bottom, lined up. But man, Eric Warman is sending it through turns 1 and 2.
His tires are locked in. I think he might be putting a getting ready to put a little pressure on Rafferty.
Yeah, I just don't know how long he's going to be able to run that bottom line.
We got Denson back there. He cannot decide who he wants to draft with. You see him shifting lanes.
Yeah, and I think that's not helping Eric Warman at all. He needs a little bit of draft to kind of make that move, it seems like. Oh, he cleared him.
Barely cleared him. Now he can fall in and he can kind of break up that AWG team draft they've got going right there.
Oh, he 3 wide. Oh, let's see. Is this going to work? Oh, Eric. Looked like he got really close to that 79 car. I think Eric's making a charge. He wants that P1 spot.
Yeah, but Rafferty's got that run on that high side.
Yeah, he's got that momentum. He's going to have to send it down here into turn 1 to make it work. I think you need to wrap the bottom a little bit more there to have a chance at it. Do that old-fashioned slide job. I think now he's just going to have to settle for P2 for the moment anyways.
He ain't giving Rafferty no slack whatsoever.
He's pushing that car hard. He just that high lane momentum. If he can't clear him by the exit of the corner, he's going to be at a disadvantage for the next corner.
It looked like Eric was getting a good run out of 2, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it going through 3 and 4.
Well, and I think he's got to be really careful here too and play a little defense. If he can't make that pass, you know, Jacob Denson's sitting there right behind Bobby Rafferty, waiting to steal that P2 from Eric.
I'm going to say this, Eric keeps throwing it down there like that. Them tires are going to be working against him here probably about another 10, 15 laps.
Yeah, but that may be part of the strategy as well, right? You know, maybe that's the plan, is to work these tires hard, try to get the lead, and then, you know, just ride it out as long as you can. Come in, get another fresh set on there, and see what you got for the long run. Yeah, I think Eric's just going to haul the P3, maybe even P4 here with Thomas on the outside lane there. 3 wide behind him with Zach Bucher, John Neidick, and Gary Sack. Zach Bucher in the wall. Pulled it off clean. Didn't get run over.
Only lost a couple spots, so not too bad. Everybody's kind of simmered down just a little bit. 40 to go when they hit the start-finish this time by.
Well, I think we're going to see Jacob Denson start moving down to that bottom line and try his luck. See if he can't get that pass done on Bobby. We see Thomas Stanley sticking it in the bottom there, trying to get around Eric Foreman. Got him cleared. Give him a little slide job. Keep that momentum up on the high side. Stanley through for P3. Jacobs making a move on the low side, trying to get around Bobby Rafferty for P1.
And Rafferty has just been completely dominating that high side tonight.
Yeah, I think early on fresh tires, you can make the passes on the bottom lane, but if you can't make that pass, you're just burning up those tires. Bobby got a little wiggle there on the backstretch, it looks like. Thomas is reeling these two in as they keep battling. Jacob might have something here. He's got the momentum going into the corner. If he can get it stuck down in the bottom, and I think that high lane's still gonna be the preferred lane on the exit here. Wasn't able to clear him. That may just pull Thomas Stanley through to P2. Now Jacob Denson got the pass on Bobby.
But at what cost was it to his tires? Because he was
Right.
working that car.
No, absolutely. Coming up on some lap traffic here. See what Colt Curry does. He's just going to pull over and get out of their way, or if he's going to try and race them. Fire killer. I have parts in that 62 car. Let's go, Thomas.
You ought to. You scattered parts all over the track. There ought to be something in everybody's car.
That's got to be Chad Wiggins there.
It is.
Yeah. Thomas makes the move for P2. Sends it underneath Bobby Rafferty. I think Chad's going to join us in the booth here for a few minutes.
Oh, word. You get an idea of how he felt on that spin cycle.
Yeah.
Williams out there, man. The race is going good. That's how they're going. They're going tight. A little spicy, a little puckering, and a whole lot of wheat field out in Kansas. Rafferty's dropped back to third. Fixing to go back to fourth if Eric can get a run on it.
Yeah, I think Eric just used up a little too much tire trying to make that pass early on. I don't know if he'll be able to make that bottom line work, so he's kind of going to be stuck on that high side.
Match saying there's a whole lot of spicy in the making, Tony.
Oh, there's definitely some spiciness coming. Like John Nidek's under attack right now. He's got Greg Rogers and Charge and Charlie kind of breathing down his neck here.
I'll get him up here.
Okay.
There he is.
I don't know why we let him move. Still got the roll.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got parts in that car. Let's see how he does.
This kind of reminds me of a Days of Thunder thing. That's my
Yeah.
engine in that car.
Yeah, I ordered the potentiometers to fix my pedals, and I double ordered. So I sent Thomas my extra set, and he got them on today. So
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it looks like it's working for him. He's been running up front all night.
yeah, he's looking good. I wish I was up there with him. I made a real stupid decision.
Yeah, I seen you try to pull down there to avoid that wreck, but seems like you're just a little too late for that bottom lane to work for you
Yeah,
to get through there.
yeah, and I went in lap 37. I was gonna short pit it, get tires and fuel come out, and got caught speeding in the pit. So I took my 40-second penalty and then fixed 20 seconds worth of damage, and that just screwed
Gotcha.
the whole night up. So my night was over with anyway.
Yeah, I seen you pull down in there. I thought it was going to be a strategy move. I did not know that you got a speeding penalty, though.
Yep.
Well, that is definitely unfortunate for you, but I mean, it's racing, right?
It's racing. I've made a lot of dumb decisions this season, and it shows in the points.
Tell you what, though, seems like he maybe can catching Jacob Denson here.
Yeah, I think if he keep his tires underneath him, the right sides, he might make a run at him.
Oh, leaders are pitting here.
Oh, it looks like there's a nice little mix up right there. Somebody might got a little bit of damage on that one.
Yeah, I think this could work to all three of their advantage, but if that caution comes out, man, that's going to set them back. So we'll see what happens here. Going to hand the lead over to Eric Warman. And looks like Warman may be in the pits now, or he just got passed by Greg Rogers. I couldn't tell
Looks
which.
like Thomas might come out. Comes Bobby.
This is going to shift everything up.
Oh yeah, definitely going to mix it up here. And I'm not sure how much new tires are worth here at Kansas, but I imagine it's definitely going to help you in those corners running that high lane.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That is definitely not what those guys wanted to see.
No.
Rafferty, Hughes. That had to be something coming out of pits. Let's take it back and see.
Race coming off the pits, and
Oh.
I don't think Thomas had a choice but to hold his line, or he would have got a black flag for.
Yeah, and I also think that may have been just a little bit of net code there as well.
Possible. Very possible.
Yeah, Thomas was right there on the borderline. If he'd have went up any sooner, it would have snagged him.
Yeah, it would have black flagged him if he hadn't held his ground there.
I'm not sure where that blue cone is. That's that blend line.
Yeah, I think as long as you keep left sides under the white, I think you're all right. So, yeah, Thomas really didn't have much choice but to kind of hold where he was at for the moment.
Yeah. I don't know if Bobby knew if he was out there.
Ooh, Brandon Hughes got caught up on it.
Yep, innocent bystander there.
Well, Chad, you know all about being an innocent bystander, don't you?
Very well. You look it up in the dictionary, and my picture's right next to it.
And your car parts. See, Hughes is
and I'm not saying I'm always innocent either, but I have been caught up in more other people's crap this season than I can count.
Well, I think,
and some of it is me putting myself in that position to be in the first place when I shouldn't be.
I'm gonna say Hughes a little bit worse than you because you actually landed on your wheels. He did not. He stayed on that hood.
Yeah, I seen him coming down. I went to the bottom and give it everything it had, hoping I could get by him. He, if I hadn't have, I would have got into somebody. I had no choice but to just gas it and try to get under him.
Yeah, I'm assuming Brandon had the toe there. I don't think anybody came by and flipped him back on his tires.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that. But you know what? This is kind of gonna throw a few things off. We had cars,
Yeah.
green flag cycle was in the middle of it. This is gonna be interesting to see how this plays out now. About 20 to go when the green flag drops.
Yeah, I believe that the majority of those guys that went down pit road were able to stay on the lead lap, so it won't have as bad of effect because they should be able to just stay out here. But don't quote me on that either.
You know what? Somebody who's edged up there in the front. We ain't talked about both of them too much, but Jordan Miles and Preston Hornbeck.
Yeah, just kind of running their own race, keeping it clean, and had somebody join us in here.
Jordan probably
That
don't want
is
me.
Mr. Bobby Rafferty. What's up, Bobby?
What's going on, guys?
Bobby.
That kind of stunk, huh?
Yeah, man. It's
What
kind
are you
of,
gonna do?
yeah. It's
You
kind
know,
of
it's
one of
not
those.
good when you got two Xfinity drivers in the broadcast booths in the middle of the race.
Well, you know what though? I went back and looked at it. That's just one of them racing deals. If I came up too much and if Thomas had went up anymore, he would have gotten a black flag. Just
Yeah.
one of them deals, man. I really got screwed on that lap 13 caution pretty good and was off sequence, but I still think we could have won it. But hey, that's the way it goes. We're still at this point we're racing for wins. We got plenty of points. We've got plenty of bonus points.
Yep,
got
already
3
locked in the
wins.
playoffs.
Already locked in the playoffs. So now it's just, throw everything at it that we can.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of saw that too. It's like, you kind of both were in a bad spot there.
Yeah, and
So.
honestly, I put us in that bad spot, but it's because I trust Thomas. And like I said, that wasn't his fault. That just part of it. It is what it is. I
Yep.
just don't want anybody roasting Thomas in the chat.
Right. No, I think anybody who watches the broadcast would see we kind of called that as it was. Thomas couldn't really come up. You guys were side by side.
Yep.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah, it is. Well, have a good broadcast, guys. Bad luck continues at Kansas for me, I guess. We'll try again next time.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for stopping in and chatting with us.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Catch y'all later.
That's one thing I'll say right there about Rafferty. He has the integrity. If he's in the wrong, he'll admit he's in the wrong. If he's not, he'll admit he's not. So, I mean, props to somebody like that. That shows the maturity of the level of the driver that can take responsibility when it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, we all race around each other pretty consistently in this league. So, if you don't call it how it is, then people are not going to want to race around you. So, props to him. Bad deal, but it is what it is. And
Right. Well, the good news is I don't see any damage on Thomas's car.
yeah, Thomas isn't out of it yet, which is good for him. He's had a good night. I'd like to see him get the result.
I tell you what's got me kind of interested, and this is by no means any kind of bipartisan, but Joe is up to 5th spot.
Yeah, I mean, even missing that back bumper, he's able to.
The back
they may have
bumper is
fixed that a
back.
little bit. Yeah, they got it. They must have got it duct taped on there.
They took some of Chad's car and put it on there.
Yeah, anybody needs parts, it's sitting there in the pits. 3rd slot.
Get you a brake caliber if you need one. They may explode here in a minute.
Dakota was in the wall again.
9 coming down the pits.
Person who's had a really quiet night, just kind of been hanging around, John Neidick. Just been sitting there, 7th, 8th, 9th, keeping his car clean, just running his race. Kind of curious to see how that's going to play out for him.
And, you know, I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to let it be on you, Tony. But, you know, it's what we always talk about him. He's consistently up there in the top 10, but hadn't got that break that he deserves.
I look for him to make a few more moves up. He's pretty good at saving his tires.
Yeah, this race lead kind of just fell back into Greg Rogers' hands with that that pit cycle and caution falling where it did.
Yeah, but the one I want to watch, and you know, I'm impressed, and that's that guy in P2. I'm not saying no names because I ain't putting none of that on me anymore. I'm just going to say where you're at. 2 and 3 both are being impressive tonight.
Right. Well, and even P4, you know, he's been banging off the wall all night, sitting there running in P4. I mean,
Where you at out of 2?
yeah, I think Mike
John,
Hornbeck.
Jacob, and Hornbeck.
I think Hornbeck lifted a little bit there just to kind of save his car. But he stuck it in there again, 3 wide.
I'll be trying to make that move on the outside on Denson.
Yeah, once you get that outside, you give it everything you got. You don't want that guy underneath you to slide up,
Yeah.
take that top line from you.
I know. It seems like the bottom line is viable for a few laps. But after that, I mean, you really got to send it in there to make anything happen.
Oh, and Eric's in the wall.
Sideways.
Oh, gets Thomas in the wall. There goes the front of Thomas's car.
Oh, that's not what we wanted to see.
Yep, Thomas is going to be sick. He had high hopes.
I'm blaming that one on you, Chad.
I did not see what happened there.
Eric bumped into the wall just a little bit, and I'm going to be honest with you, the hit did not look deserving of the damage that came with it. I mean, we saw a car literally on its hood and land on its wheels and have less damage than that right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't. I wonder if we go back and look at Thomas's car, if that bumper's back.
Not for sure. We're going to jump on the roll bar, and that way we can see if we can find a different view here.
Yeah, that
Definitely gone.
Shouldn't have took his front bumper.
Yeah, that's yeah, that was kind of strange.
That's a bad net code there. Let's see, we're trying to track a good camera down for it. But yeah, I'm just thinking, you know, a hit like that shouldn't have done what it done.
Didn't rip the front bumper off until he tapped the wall after taking front end contact. Which is even stranger. It's there, and then it's gone after he taps the wall.
Some of that next gen iRacing code they need to fix, I think.
Yeah, something. I mean that's just odd. Almost looked like Eric was drifting through that corner. That's what kind of sent him up into the wall.
Let's see, he may not want me to. Well, he's got his team up there. I mean, he's got Greg sitting in P1 and Jordan Miles sitting in P2. We're going to see if we can yank Jordan up here. Jordan, Jeremy, Anthony, and Chad up in the booth, man. You sitting in P2. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I was kind of upset about that caution coming out, but I'm pretty confident where I'm sitting. Hopefully, we can bring this one home.
How's the car feeling right now? You got your teammate right there. You both gonna be starting on front row. So I mean, it's a I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of communication going on, but we don't talk about you too much. But man, here you are, where it matters, when it matters.
Yeah. So hopefully, TMJ, me, Dakota, and Greg can bring this one home for the team here, and have a good night.
I'm not saying your name on the broadcast. I'm just saying the position because I'm not going to have anything on me. So it's going to be on Anthony or Chad if it does.
I get it. No worries.
I need all the points I get. I'm gonna call everybody out.
Well, all right, Jordan, man, get at it. And y'all looking pretty good. You sitting what 1-2, and I believe Thomas is out there 1-2 and 4. So, man, keep going. Put TMJ up there.
Yeah, we're gonna keep digging. We're gonna bring this one home for us.
All right, we're gonna shoot you back down so y'all can get ready for this flag drops.
All right, thanks, guys.
Jordan Miles, one we don't talk about too much, but 12 to go, 11 when the green flag drops. Y'all think we're gonna have a
Man.
green white checkered?
Oh, I believe we will, man. It's about to get spicy. 12 laps to go, 11 laps. What, 10 or 11 laps when we take the green?
Yeah, we're gonna be sitting at 11 when it goes. So I mean,
It's gonna get spicy.
man, you got TMJ making a showing.
Is Cody Riggs in 6th place without a hood right now? Is that
Yes, he is. He went
That's
from 3 laps
correct.
down to running 6th with no hood.
That just shows you
That's crazy.
shows you how tough those Fords are.
Yeah, I mean, and at Kansas where the draft is so big here. I mean,
So
hey, if it works, it works.
you see the Ford toughs out there, so you can pretty sure you can go get you a tough one from Long McArthur Ford out in Kansas. There it is. That's what it's fixing to come down to.
Oh, Dakota's taking his teammate 3. Thought about taking his teammate 3 wide there. 4 wide.
4 wide.
Oh, they cleaned it up to 3 wide.
There's that spicy we was talking about, Tony.
Oh, it's good. It's definitely getting there. John, nothing to the wall.
Oh, that
Big, big wreck.
Oh.
I think we'd be
Oh, and
better
they're
off.
still coming. 45 drives over the 00.
I think we'd be better off calling out who wasn't involved in that one.
Jordan Miles, Preston Hornbeck, Dakota Orndo, and Greg Rogers.
Yeah, it looked like John.
Nasty.
Looked like John was doing everything he could to keep it off of Cody, but he just washed up a little too much, and Cody was there. Nothing Cody could really do. He was damn near in the wall already.
You know, Cody's been on the receiving end of bad luck all season long.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can. It's actually a good shot right there.
I think you'd have to back it up just a little bit.
Just a tad bit more. Now I'm just wondering if the damage off Joe's car had anything to do with John's slowdown.
Maybe. I mean, and that may be been why he tried to stick it, 3 wide there, but
It could. These Xfinity cars here, if you're in that dirty air, they're not as bad as the next gens, but it will get you a little tight.
yeah, I don't think there was anything
But it's
Cody
nothing,
could do there.
Nothing horrible.
John bounced it off the wall again. They were
Zach.
already 4 wide there.
Zach involved in it. Mike
Yeah.
Hornbeck involved in it.
5 cars immediately involved.
He was in it a little bit there. It almost looked like that
It-
82 was able to drive through and then got caught up towards the end of it.
Colt Curry went over,
Yeah.
literally went over the 000, or that's what, Brandon Hughes,
That's Jim Mott.
Jim Mott. See if we can get a good ride here on the hood. Gonna ride here with Colt Curry. And he sees the chaos happening. There's a good north-south view, and he jumps over Jim Mott.
That's crazy.
That's some Dukes of Hazzard stuff right there.
Launch that car.
It's the good old boys.
Yeah, I think
believe
he
there
gets.
was 8 cars involved in that.
I think he gets credit for the best dismount.
Well, this race tonight, it's been exciting. Kansas never disappoints.
Kansas is a great track.
Yeah, I love Kansas.
William Regan, at 37. He has made it up to 5th.
Yeah. Gary Sachs sitting there in 6th.
Greg Rogers, this might just be. Could it be? I ain't gonna say it because I ain't gonna let Thomas haunt me over it.
I firmly believe that if this goes green, this is Greg's race to win. If we get another caution, it's going to shake it up.
Well, that saying goes, Tony, cautions breed cautions, and we're at 7 right now. 2 for stages.
I think if we get one more, we're going to be in green, white, checkered here. So we'll see how this plays out.
Surprising me, Greg taking the bottom here.
Well, and he's controlling that restart, I think. With that restart zone, I think that is actually the move.
We got something going on back towards the back of the pack. What is going on back there?
Something happened with Gary
I
Sack.
think that might need to stand, maybe.
I think we're too late for that now.
Not sure. Not sure what happened back there.
I don't know what happened with Gary. Like he did. No throttle.
No, he's got it wound up now, so we'll see what happens.
Greg, Jordan, William, Jacob, Preston battling it out. What, P2 through 6 is pretty much anybody's race right now.
3 wide back here. Jeff Medlin, John Neidick, and Thomas Stanley.
And Stanley's bumper is back, so that could have been an iRacing netcode.
That 9 car, Jeff Medlin, man, he is getting after it right now.
Regan taking over 2nd.
Here comes Jacob Denson, the last of B&H. Regan is up 22 spots from where he started.
Yeah, if he can finish somewhere close to here, it'll get him that extra bonus point for most positions gained.
The closest one to him is Jordan Miles, and he's up 12. I think Denson's setting his sights on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear the Jaws music playing right now.
Jacob's been real good on that bottom line all night.
Yeah, and even the 37 car here, they've closed that gap on that 28.
Two to go. I think Williams driving as much out of his rearview mirror as he is in the windshield.
I just don't know if I think the 28 car would have to slip up in a corner for these guys to be able to get close enough to make it.
It's that. I think Jacob needed to go the outside.
Regan just
Regan
threw it.
kinda,
Regan's throwing it.
yeah.
One lap. Let's see how this works out. They're side by side going into the start-finish line here. Can the 37 send it deep enough? I think he's got him cleared. He's got to slide up. Slide job. He's got him cleared. He's out to the point. He's got to defend one more corner.
There it is. Rogers has got to send it, and he's got to make it stick. Williams
I think the
defended it.
30s
He's blocking. He's
I
holding it
did it.
off.
He did what he needed to do there. And he's got it.
What? 23 spots
Wow.
up. William Regan took it.
That was a finish right there.
Honda Motorsports right now is probably going crazy. I am not going to take any credit from that except that was driving right there.
That was impressive.
That was
I honestly did not think.
Listen,
that
somebody
he was
tell
gonna be able
this
to send
boy
it
that
deep
race
enough.
is over. He's still flooring it going through 4.
Got to make sure, man. Got to make sure.
And now the next question. Are we going to penalize him for not having the banner? Maybe let it slide up 23 spots. He earned it.
Yeah, that was a drive.
What, he's got Jags on? Oh my Lord.
Where's he?
All right, I enjoyed it, guys. You'll enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming up and
Yeah.
talking with us.
I don't know about that. He's got the Jags on there. Maybe we should give him that. Look, he's like, I'm celebrating. I'm leaving. I'm making sure it sticks. Jacob Denson, P3. He had a little something. And the one that's got to be really upset on him, it's going to be Greg Rogers. You know, he led a pretty good amount of this race, but
Yeah, I mean,
his
that's
tires.
racing though.
And what gets me, his last pit was at lap 101. But it looks like he got a splash of gas, so he may have. Well, let's get Denson up here, see what Denson's got to say about it. I see him there in Discord. And he's already got where he needs to be, so we're gonna bring Denson up here. Denson, you got a P3, man. What about that battle in front of you, man? What was going on with that? Man, Denson just kills the momentum by not.
Yeah, it was a good race. The fresh tires at the end paid off. I took 4. I think some of them guys took 2, and it really just mattered where you lined up on the restart. But it was good racing.
Well, you saw the battle in front of you. I mean, you had a pretty good run at it, but it just didn't land in your favor.
Yeah, I feel like it. You know, you can always say this, but a couple more laps, I might would have had a shot at them. And again, I had a run, but I didn't want to, tear the whole field up. I'll take a 3rd place. That caution kind of messed us up when we come out of the pits there for the green flag stops because I felt like I had a good lead, and I thought, I got a good shot at this thing, but then that caution come out and put us in the back, so we had to fight.
Yeah, it seemed like that caution got a few of you guys kind of put to the back, but hey, man, P3, it's a damn good night. Survived all the mayhem and got a podium out of it, man. Got any shout outs?
Absolutely, want to shout out Little Miami Brewing. They're a great company out of Cincinnati. If you're up in that area, check them out. I want to thank Duck Through, the little gas station down the street from me, and also B&H Racing, B&HIT. They do a lot of great things, so check them out. And yeah, happy to get a third place.
Well, man, congratulations on that. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, especially that battle that was going on in front of you. So,
Absolutely.
was there a little bit of hoping they kind of got into each other and took each other
I
out, or you kind of snuck it in?
I ain't gonna lie. I saw him going to the last turn, and I thought, man, he's gonna stick his nose under there, and maybe I can slip on by them both. But they raced each other clean, so you always kind of had that little bit of a hope. Just didn't work out.
Well, all right, man. We're gonna send you back down there, and congratulations on that P3.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
And this is the one that I'm glad to talk to, but at the same time, I'm kind of upset to talk to him because he led a lot of the laps there, Tony, and he was up front a majority of the race, but he wasn't where he wanted to be when that checker flag dropped. But you know what, Greg, you got P2, man. It's nothing to be ashamed of here at Kansas.
No, it was a really great finish. So I think what ended up happening was we took tires. We took a full set of tires, 12 or 13 laps in. That's why I was able to charge forward and get the stage win. And then on that second to last restart, I think William took 2 tires. I didn't have any tires, so I didn't even pit. And I could only hold on for so long. And it turns out I needed one less lap on the ticker. But it was a great pass by him. I was thankful that I was able to squeeze Jacob down and keep P2. But it was a really, really fun race. A lot of strategy involved. I don't know what happened with Bobby because Bobby was up front and then apparently he got spun out or something. I don't know. But yeah, still really happy with P2. Still chasing the first win. This is William's first win. So got to chat with him in the Podium Finishers channel. He's obviously super excited. So no, a little disappointing, but mostly really pumped. Any top 5 is good. Second is good. And then I usually don't lead laps. So leading a bunch of laps is great as well. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, I give you guys props. That was one hell of a finish there. You guys raced each other hard, but you raced each other clean. I feel like you did what you needed to do defending, but it was just like you said. I think those tires is what got you.
Yeah, I was hoping to squeeze him. We were side by side coming to the line with 1 to go, and then I was hoping to squeeze him down in turns 1 and 2, but I just couldn't rotate the car right. And it took him a split second to get ahead of me. So yeah, it was mostly just kind of like a waiting game. I thought they were actually going to catch me within a couple of laps, so the fact that we got until the last lap for the pass was, surprising. But obviously William did a really great job. And yeah, really clean finish. So it was exciting. I had a good time.
Very, very exciting. Yeah, like I said, props to you guys. That was great to watch. Put on a great show. Any shout outs?
Shout out to Jeremy for streaming every week. My friends watch sometimes. They tune in to watch my races and things like that. So shout out to them if they're watching. But shout out to Jeremy and you guys for broadcasting because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We
it's
appreciate
a lot of fun for us too.
especially tonight. That finish, that last lap, side by side. Me and Tony was like, it's anybody's race, and was not disappointed. And I hate to say it, but to lose like that is a grateful way to lose.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about why we do this, right? Like, I do it for fun. Like, if you can't enjoy coming in second like that, then like it's kind of tough to enjoy it at all. So, yeah, listen, I'm excited for next week already. So, if that tells you anything about how I feel about the finish, then
Well,
I don't know what else
You
I can
better
say.
turn it right just a little bit because there's where you're taking it.
Yep, I'm excited. We've been practicing quite a bit already for it, so I love road course racing.
Well, I will tell you personally that, if I was in your situation, I would rather lose that way than win by 3 laps. It's just more fun for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thanks again, guys, for broadcasting. I don't know if have you interviewed William yet?
Oh, he's next on the
He
list.
Oh,
is
nice
next
man. Well,
on
I'll
the
give him a
list.
chance to step in here. But take it easy, guys. Thanks for broadcasting.
Well, Tony, I'm pretty sure up 23 spots. He he fought through it side by side on the last lap. Up 23 spots by itself. He somehow pulled it off with 1 to go. Was able to secure the win. William, has it set in yet that you just won the Long McArthur Ford 150?
Oh my gosh, I started screaming so loud. I probably woke up my 4-week-old newborn child, but I don't care because that was awesome. And I am incredibly proud of myself for a race that I've expected to finish like 15th on back.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys put on a hell of a show tonight. You and Greg on that last lap, man. I was so happy to see you guys race it out like that, keep it clean, but still race each other hard for that win. Man, that was awesome.
Oh yeah, I didn't think I was gonna have enough time to get to him at the end. He did a real good job. I heard him saying that he was still on older tires, and I couldn't tell because he was driving the wheels off that thing. So kudos to him, kudos to Jacob. But man, it feels good to get a win in this series. Man, I've been driving since ARCA and truck, and then up to Xfinity, and I can't be any more thankful of my team Omnia. Man, they've been awesome this whole time.
So y'all have heard it out there. If you're looking for the league, he's went up through the ranks. He's been right there. He got the win in Xfinity. The monkey's off his back. He's heading to the playoffs. I don't know what else more to say about it, Tony.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it was a great race, great to watch. I imagine it was just fun. It's one of those races that just seemed like it was so fun to be a part of, especially that battle at the end.
Oh, it was so fun. It's one of the funnest races that I've ever had. Man, kudos to everybody that runs up at the front of this field, man. They put an incredible race on. Someone was telling me on that second to last restart, I made a pass like 4 wide, which kudos to everyone for not wrecking because I didn't want to lift. But I tell you what, everybody in my Discord channel that I was driving with was just kind of going off about everything in the back. No one realized that I'm sitting there up battling for the lead, and I just look and I'm like, I'm sorry to be rude, guys, but shut up, concentrate. And then all of a sudden they don't realize what's going on, and I start screaming. I'm like, wait, did you just win? I'm like, I'm
Well, I'll tell you what, man, it took some commitment to stick it down there as hard as you did. So kudos to you. Any shout outs?
Yeah, everybody on my team, Gary, Brady, Jeff, and also a couple other people that I used to run with. They've just been an incredible asset. I don't get a lot of time to put a lot of practice in, but man, they give up their time to help me to figure out stuff, keep me calm when I'm racing, because I can get a little flustered when someone comes across my nose, and I feel like they deserve a payback. But man, kudos to everybody on Omnia for just helping me out to get to this point.
Man,
All right.
how you feel about road courses?
See, I love road courses, but I have not figured out the Xfinity car on road courses. Give me the truck, give me the Cup car, both gens. I was especially like in ARCA and truck; those were the ones that I was looking at to win. I'm a little scared because so far, last 2 road courses I've been taken out on lap 5, but I'm excited to give it a try. So we'll see how excited everyone else is to race around me.
You put any laps in yet, practice wise?
I was trying to get some practice in a few weeks ago. I think right after I was actually before Watkins Glen because I got him mixed up. But that car is super loose there. It's going to be a handful. It's going to be great to watch. Probably not going to be great to drive though.
Yeah, we've run Laguna Seca before. It is a lot of fun. It's that corkscrew that gets people.
William, man, congratulations on it tonight. You earned it. Cars for life out there. I think that's some of Chad's car. No, it ain't Chad. That's Brady.
Yep, that's Brady.
That's Brady out there, and that's one of his teammates. He's got it capped. Go, William. You did it. So, man, congratulations on it. I know you are thrilled.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Glad to be a part of the league.
And Tony, that's, you know what, that couldn't have been more of a finish than ever expected.
Oh, that was great. That was I mean, we like the spiciness as broadcasters, but seeing that green flag run to the end there without the caution, without re-rack and everything, just put on one heck of a finish. Kudos to Greg and to William for battling it out there, not wrecking each other for the win, just racing hard and clean.
Yeah, and they did. He kept his car clean all night through all that mayhem. So many was caught up, and you can see it right there coming out of 2 where he gets the edge, or coming out of 4 going through the trioval, and he just holds it as they're side by side. That white flag, and you know it probably takes a lot to not be, I guess, let your vision get blurred of, you know, I can do this. I'm fixing to do it.
Right. Yeah, I mean it does take a lot. You know, you're excited because you're in that position and you don't want to make a mistake, but you want to push it as hard as you can and maintaining that line of in control versus out of control. And William did it tonight. Congratulations to him on his first win here in RRL. Great track to have that win come at. I mean, like I said, Kansas is a lot of fun, and these boys showed us how fun it could be tonight.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Once he made that pass, I mean, Greg, I don't think Greg could have stuck it no deeper because he defended that line.
Oh, absolutely. He did everything he needed to do there.
Well, whew, I don't know if we can top that. This has been one for the books here at Kansas.
Absolutely has, man. Proud of these Xfinity drivers for putting on this show, and you know, yes, there was some cautions, but man, keeping that racing and the racing competitive and good, and seeing a first time winner come out victorious here is it's one of the things that makes Relentless Racing League great.
It's just like Rafferty Esports said out there, you know, anyone can win on any night. You know, that makes me think of any given Sunday, any given
Absolutely.
Monday night.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, I hope our viewers enjoyed this race. This has been a lot of fun to broadcast. I hope they enjoyed it as well.
Well, tomorrow night, the trucks, let's see where we're taking it to. I believe we're going to be at Texas. So that's a pretty good truck track right there. And it's going to be the Lone Star State 60.
Texas is a blast in the trucks, and you can rip it wide open for the first 5-10 laps, but after that, you know, the tires start giving up. We're gonna see a lot of people hit the wall coming off turn 4. It seems that wall just reaches out and grabs you. It should be a good race.
The one I'm marking a lot on my calendar is Chicagoland.
I love that track.
I hate they don't run it anymore, but that's going to be one that you never know what may happen.
Right. Michigan's kind of the same way, man. That's one of those tracks where those trucks just rip there. You can move wherever you want. You can make passes, but you got to have that draft. That's going to be another fun one to watch.
Tony, I don't know if we can top the Xfinity race. anymore. And I'm glad I came back when I did because you know what, it made it worthwhile tonight.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of fun tonight.
But congratulations, William Regan, getting that win. He's worked his way up from ARCA to trucks to Xfinity. Dedication, time, and he earned it. I mean, that's all you can say. He earned it. And to take on and defend against Greg and Jacob, both two powerhouses in RRL, man, that's he's gonna walk around with that chip on his shoulder for the rest of the season.
Yeah, man. I mean, some people, they'll run around, kind of be mid-pack, but once they get that first win, they're just up at the front all the time. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see that with William Reagan here on out. Now that he's got that confidence, I expect that we'll see him top 5 for most of the races now.
We ain't gonna penalize him though for having the Jags on there because if I'd have saw that, it might have went different. But we'll let it slide. Well, on behalf of myself and Tony, Relentless Racing League, SBRN, William Regan bringing in that first win. We will see y'all tomorrow night as the trucks gonna dash it out deep south in Texas. So till next time, Tony.
Yeah. We'll see you next week, and keep it spicy.